Hello and welcome. I'm Jonathan Mathis, the sports judge. This is Speaking with Judgment, hosted by me. I'm glad to have you here with me. It's Tuesday. Hope your week is off to a great start. The 2024-25 NBA season has officially come to an end. The Oklahoma City Thunder defeated the Indiana Pacers in Game 7 of the NBA Finals Sunday night to secure their first title since the franchise relocated to Oklahoma City. It was definitely a memorable night, a historic night for OKC. It was indeed a happy night for OKC fans. It was a sad night for basketball fans. This was the saddest Game 7 I've ever seen. I've never watched a Game 7 of any series like that. I've never seen a more devastating injury like the one Tyrese Haliburton dealt with on Sunday night. I couldn't even enjoy that Game 7 after his injury. I was heartbroken that he got injured. One of the worst moments I've seen. And it just had to happen that way. I really hate it. I really hate it had to be that way. And there was nothing Haliburton or the Pacers could do about it. Crazy how it goes. I think this might be the first time I felt bad watching the entire game, knowing Indiana lost the guy who helped them reach the finals. The thing I'm going to sadly remember the most about this Game 7 is Tyrese Haliburton tearing his Achilles in the very last game of the NBA season. As weird as that sounds, I can't think of a time where I've seen something so tragic, so heartbreaking. I felt Tyrese Haliburton's injury was bigger than OKC hoisting the Larry O'Brien Trophy on Sunday night, and that's not to be disrespectful. Congratulations to the OKC Thunder on winning the title. Every single player on that roster deserved it in a major way because they earned it. It would be unfair if we say they didn't earn it and try to say, well, if Haliburton was out there, they wouldn't have won. It was a huge factor for sure and could have turned out different. You're always going to look back at this game and think what it should have been, what it could have been, what it wasn't. It's a damn shame it happened to one of the rising stars in this league, given the historic run he was having. This was all-time clutch stuff from him. It was truly special. It was truly remarkable. So you hate for this to happen to a guy who had a game winner in every series of the playoffs. And there's really no telling how this game could have played out without him on the floor in that fourth quarter of Game 7. And I think we all wanted to see what could have been, what probably should have been, but what wasn't. Could this have been another all-time classic from Haliburton? It's going to be remembered as one of those what-if Game 7s. Tyrese played such an important role throughout the playoffs. So, as far as when I look at what he did all postseason long, it was painful to see this. Here's a dude, he authored one of the greatest individual postseason runs in NBA history. Something no one had ever seen. All of Tyrese's clutch shots in one postseason run was absurd. And so for something like this to transpire, heartbreaking. This one really hurt. My heart dropped to see him hit the floor and cry in tremendous pain. I knew immediately it was not good. He was screaming on the floor in visible pain. I was absolutely devastated. It feels like it could have been a completely different game with him on the floor. Haliburton was the guy down the stretch that they would go to. His clutch shots was the key point for them. And that's the role that he served with the Pacers. When we talk about the Indiana Pacers being the Cinderella of the 2025 NBA playoffs, my legitimate thought was when Haliburton suffered his injury was that the glass slipper had shattered into pieces. That's when you knew it was over, that they wouldn't be able to win without him. I think all of us that were watching this saw Haliburton go down and was like, how are they going to do this? How are they going to come back from this? There was absolutely no way they were winning Game 7 without Haliburton. Gut-wrenching injury. Even when it felt completely over, Indiana refused to quit. I respect the hell out of the Pacers' fight in this series and this game, even after Hallie left the game. One of the most resilient teams I've seen. It was 16-16 when he got injured. It was 18-16 OKC after he left the game because his injury led to a turnover and 2 points. They held a narrow 48-47 lead at the half against Oklahoma City despite losing Haliburton. And then I looked up at the score, and I think late in the third, and Oklahoma City is up by 18. I'm like, yeah, this is over. But even when Oklahoma City put together a massive run, Mathurin making a couple of nice plays, Indiana still wasn't out of it. I counted them out. OKC was not about to let Indiana take it from them. Game 7 at home with the home crowd watching. No way was OKC going to let it all slip away. Every single time we've sat down to take in the NBA Finals or a Pacers postseason game, I would just go like, this Indiana story is crazy. We just don't know without Haliburton. They could have shocked all of us and been crowned champions. Many people thought they wouldn't even get as far as they did. I don't know if him being healthy would have made a difference, but what I can tell you is that it felt like this catastrophic event changed the course of that game. The entire game became a foregone conclusion once he tore his Achilles. This injury could change the course of their franchise because there is no guarantee being the same after it. I feel for their fans who are naturally wondering what might have been with a healthy Haliburton. Tremendous heart displayed by the Pacers. And you love to see that from a team that kind of had its share of adversity and responded every single time with a big shot, a massive play, a game-changing play, a momentum game-changing play. But man, I feel for Haliburton. That was about to be a legacy game, and then his Achilles snapped. It's going to be a hard one to get over. And to say they had a chance with him, they didn't, because without him, they didn't have anybody who could shoot the ball as effective. That is what he means to this team. You're a superstar in my book. In his absence, we got to see that the Pacers aren't the same team without him. That game demonstrated how much they rely on his shot creation, his speed, his energy that his teammates feed off of. Being the floor general that he is, he makes this Pacers team play as fast and efficient as they do. Now you see why Haliburton is so important. Great at creative plays, mid-range shots, steals, and with him on the floor, he freed up players to do what they do best in their own roles. So for them to have a chance in Game 7, he needed to be out there. I don't even want to hear that he's not a superstar. He's actually what they needed as far as a go-to, and I would say he's their engine, And that was more evident after he goes down. I would say without him, the Pacers are not as scary. Now, when he's on the floor, he makes them a dangerous team, as we often seen all postseason. So you lose a guy who is a shot creator, a finisher, a leader, someone you can trust to take the last shot. A tragedy for sure. I don't even want to start talking about OKC only winning Game 7 because Haliburton got hurt. That's not fair to them. They won it, simple as that, and were well deserving. But it sucks that Indiana wasn't at full strength and was one man short of potentially having a chance to write their own history. Rest up, Tyrese Haliburton. I wish him all the best. I wish him a speedy recovery. I saw the picture on Instagram. Looks like, the surgery went well and everything went well for him. And hopefully he comes back stronger than ever. And I'll be rooting for him. But I'm wishing him a speedy recovery. And hopefully Tyrese Haliburton gets back very soon. And we can see the best version of Tyrese Haliburton. Because let me tell you something. The kid is special. And you really hate to see that happen. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate the love and support. That's all I have for you guys right now. I want to talk about OKC. I want to talk a little bit more about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Do we finally respect the man now? Can we finally put some respect on the man's name? I want to talk a little bit about that. I'll talk a little bit about that later today. But guys, I'm checking out of here now. Thank you for checking out the content. As always, I'm grateful for that. Thank you guys so much. We'll talk again very soon. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. If you guys like the content, you guys know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, like and share the content. Please get this out there. And you guys know you guys can follow me on various platforms. I'm all over the place. You guys can follow me on Instagram, SportsJudge85. Follow me on TikTok, the SportsJudge85. Also follow me at my fan page on Facebook. You guys can follow me there too, the Sports Judge. Just type in the Sports Judge and my page should pop up. But yeah, you guys can keep up with your boy and chat. We can chat about sports. You guys can talk to me about anything, and I'm all ears. But guys, take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great Tuesday. We'll talk again very soon.